I'm going to get my laptop so that you all know that this is happening. Because, you know, that makes sense to do. But it is time for basically a spring clean because I get a little bit lazy. Let's be very honest. I am who I am, and sometimes I don't put all my stuff away correctly. So we're going to sort it together, and I'm going to show you what's changed since I last did it, what's going, what's staying, what new things we need. I'm just going to let you all know that I'm here because we've been finding that YouTube is not notifying us. For example, right this second, I have 0 people watching. I am literally talking to myself, which is fine. But, you know, it would be better if I could actually have people to converse with. So I'm just trying to pull up the video. Sometimes it doesn't load quite as quick as I'd like. Nothing can be done about that. Alright, we are ready. I'm going to bring the laptop over there. Hello people, hello. I'm on a bit of a roll today actually. Oh, I've got a few people, yay. I am definitely on a bit of a roll today. I have pre-recorded my new pattern release. I have cleared the kitchen table, done 2 loads of dishes, a load of washing, picked up stuff off the floor, fixed the pool. Now I'm like, right, let's fix the cart. Now, I know you can't really see it, but the magic trick of my cart is that almost everything is in trays. Ta-da! So I can lift most of it out. Not all of it. Also, was wondering where that went, so it's a sign. We should definitely do it. Alright, so. Boom. We're going to take everything out of the cart. I don't think my laptop should stay there. I think it should sit on top of the bin so that we've got more space. There we go. Much better. Alright, so we're going to pull literally everything out. Right, all the things. And then we're going to make some tough choices about what I do and don't use, what I do and don't need anymore, what doesn't need to live in the immediate cart zone. Oh look, it's a little ladybug. Does not need to be here. Oh! We were looking for those the other day. Found them! Oh, and I dropped stuff. Okay, so that is everything out of the top of the cart. It is insane. First things first, this. I'm going to finish it. I'm probably going to give it away. It's got snakes on it. It literally just needs its final stitch around. Everything's clipped, everything's done. It needs its final stitch around. It is not going to live in the cart. That's no. I've also got a whole bunch of screwdrivers. I do not need 2 of the same kind, so we're going to get rid of this one because it's chunkier. You know what? We kind of need it goes somewhere else in the house tub. So we're going to do that. Everything that I'm not keeping in here needs to have a home. We are going to keep the scissor sharpener. I do actually use that quite frequently because I keep using my good scissors to cut paper. And I can do it because I safely know that I can resharpen my scissors. And it's the only reason I do it. Don't necessarily, you know, follow in my footsteps on that one. There is usually an iron attached to the end of this. I have no idea where it is. It's a mini iron. I also don't need it here anymore because we now have the HTV mini heat press. I think it's better. I'm probably being judgmental. It's fine. I'm allowed to be. It's better, so it's not going to live here anymore. So when I find the iron, I will put it with its cord and then, again, probably give it to one of my friends who needs a mini iron because I don't need all the things. Now, something else that is going, my edge coating paint. I'm not really going to be doing wallets anymore. It's on the corner of the table, is it? Ah! Aha! Good job. Sorry, that was weirdly excited. Just, it's fine. Alright, I have all of these. Glorious. And I'm not getting rid of them. But they're not going to live in the cart anymore. These are all edge coating paints. I don't deal in leather anymore. I have just decided that it's not for me. You need too many extra other things to be able to make glorious leather bags. So I sold all my leather and I have none left. These are still good for vinyl and edge coating like that wallet that I have not yet finished, but I don't use them regularly. So the whole point of this cart is like my regular, I use it every week. I say week because obviously I don't need this many pens, but when I'm doing a live, I get so annoyed when my pens die. I don't want to have to stop a video or go to the other room where all the pens live. So we do need to have a lot of pens. But what we don't need is edge coating paint in this tub where I don't use it. What else I don't need to live here? These are refills for my fancy clicky pencils. These are pencils. The refills can go live in a drawer at the desk because that just makes logical sense and I don't need it here. Iron cleaner. I don't use it weekly. I barely use my iron and my heat press always has a Teflon sheet protecting it. So again, does not need to live here. This is going to go and live in the laundry cupboard because in my brain, that's where I would look for it first anyway. I didn't even know it was on this card. So is another thing gone? Things that are going to stay. E6000 Freelok glue. It's great, especially when I remember to use it. You only need it for fabric, so that's fine. But it's going to stay. What brand is the edge coat paint? That is a very good question. So they came like this, right? This is the actual edge coat paint that I got. Oh my god, can't even open the tub. So I bought it like this. I think it was on Amazon. They are fine made. And so then I decanted them into these containers, which are basically lipstick, like lip gloss. And so then you can just paint it on the edge and it is amazing. You have no drips because it's just, the whole thing is amazing. So this is how I use these ones. You can also use this to mix your own colors. So I have a crap ton of edge coat paint that I will occasionally use. Like if somebody lives near me and needs some edge coat paint, let me know, I'll hook you up. Blades. We need them, but I need to be able to find them easier because by looking at this, I have bought the same thing over and over and over because I keep thinking I don't have any. Jump rings are jewelry, so they can go live over there. These are those long, these are really good if you're a beginner to hold your Tory pocket in place. They are cool. I don't use them very much because I don't even use normal clips very much because I have obtained the skills to not need them as much. These are cool. These are for, and this is not going to stay here, but if you guys are still making wallets, this is what you should do. You know the ID windows? What I do is I cut a bunch and have them handy and then they live here so that every time you're going to make a wallet, you can just grab one of them. Now I make the biggest size and you can always cut them down because some of the design patterns that I design have like curved edges, so you can just curve them off. Or you could have like multiples. And then you should also keep your wallet, oh my god, what are they called? Spacing, what are we calling them? Card slot spacing tools with this because it's all wallet related, so that would live like that. I am not going to keep these here because I don't really make wallets, and the only reason I don't make wallets is because they're not selling. I did clearance wallets for $10 and I had some very cool ones and nobody wanted them. Everybody just uses it. Well, okay, everybody is an over-exaggeration. Most people I know and see at markets use their phone case to also have their wallet on them. And then, or their, like I had a lot of people tap their phone and their watch to do like payments. So people aren't as invested in their wallets as they used to be, which is fine. I have just decided to not do them because it will free up space on my table for something else. Patches. I bought these. They're fantastic. They're horror patches. I fully planned to make some horror shorts, but I've never got around to it. So maybe I'll put them on a bag. I don't know, but they don't need to live in my like regular use space. So they're leaving. I put them there because I'm like, oh, I'll put them in my face and I'll use them. The answer is no, I won't. So, you only want one lot of pens. And then I've got miscellaneous things. So this is a paintbrush, doesn't need to live here, so it can go. It's for watercolor. It could stay if you use your cart to do a lot of Cricut stuff, because the idea is that you do like Cricut, watercolor, card making, whatever. Little templates. These I use all the time, and because they're small, living in here is amazing. Hardware does not live in the tub. I have hardware everywhere because sometimes I just throw it there. I know it's my fault. It's nobody else's fault. That's fine. But it doesn't live here. So, we're going to get one of my Lord of the Rings, and then all hardware I'm going to put aside, and then I'll put it away properly. That'll be the hard part, is getting off camera and then actually putting things away the way they're supposed to go. This is the lid for my fabric glue. I don't know where it is, but we're going to find it. Oh, there it is over there. So we're going to keep that lid because I know what it's for. These are the blades for my Stanley knife. Now, I don't use the Stanley knife for sewing purposes, but I do use my Stanley knife to open the boxes for the stock that shows up for sewing purposes. So I keep it here because it's easy to find. So that's going to stay. There's more hardware. That is a zipper end. It does not live here. This does not live here. It is a very fancy clasp for like a jacket or something. Unneeded, unnecessary. This is to make your own binding. Now, I haven't used it in forever because I now can just do it with my hands almost as quickly as using this. So it can go too. But if you make your own binding a lot and you need one, obviously keep it in your cart. But since this is like an updated version of making sure it's things I actually need, that is no longer the case. Go ahead and ask me what this is. This is a door handle. It obviously does not need to be here. I was going to laser engrave it, and I still might, but it has nothing to do with sewing, so it can go. These are amazing. Belinda at Brimax makes these. You buy like a set of all different color sizes. It's got my logo on it, and then you use it to open up your bags. So that's that. More templates she does. So these are for your barn doors, and they sparkle. It's like she knows me well. This is my 8-inch ruler. I love that one as well. This is really cool. So this is a scale checker. So when you print off a pattern, you use this to make sure that the squares are the size they say they are. And it's got 2 centimeters, or 2 inch, 3 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 1 inch, 4 centimeter, and 2 centimeter. So it's got all the different sizes, and it's just a really good way to check. This does not need to live here, and this is that round version of the clear vinyl I was talking about, so they can go back with their respective patterns. Because again, I'm not doing them anymore. And you are allowed to change your mind, guys. Don't feel bad about it. I do it all the time. Alright, so in this tub, I have got all of my rainbow metal hardware. This is my Teflon tape. It will live here, but just not there. This is a tape measure. I actually have them hanging where I can use them, so that's going to leave the building. Oopsies. Let's swivel it around so I can get to some more stuff. This one over here is all of my needles. So that one's good, except that I've got one of those in there. These are bodkins. They're going to stay here because if I put them anywhere else, I'll lose them. But they can come in the back in the spot that I don't use frequently. Because, again, it just makes sense to my brain. So if we swivel this around, the scissors obviously don't live in here. They live on the scissor thing. The pliers, these are round pliers. These are for jewelry. Jewelry is not part of this, so they can go. This also doesn't live here. Texter probably doesn't even work. Definitely doesn't live here. I will test it later. Okay, so I've got pen knife, slidey knife. Do I need this many knives? No, but I'm going to keep them. This is part of the cell phone sling from Lynn's Handmade. I made myself a template because life is easier with a template. So it's going to live over there. And then I'm going to take all this out so I can sort it better. Alright. This one is going to be my like miscellaneous stuff, but not that. So in here I have got... that can go. That is my domestic roll hem foot. It can go back with my domestic stuff. This stays, and I don't use it often, but when I do, it's amazing. You put your... where is it? Oh, sorry. Alright, so you take this, and you want this end to be magnetized, and let's just say it stops picking... oh, it actually... see how it's not very magnetic anymore? You put this in, and you just rub it round. Right? Have faith in the process. And then, see, look how much more magnetic that is. Look, I can shake it and it, oh, well, it will now. So we'll do a little bit more. But this magnetizes your drill bits. Coolest idea ever, and it stays. And again, I don't use it often, but when I do, I want it right here with me. So, we're just going to keep going. Whee! All right, that'll do. So that's going to live with all the ends. I have so many ends because this set came with this. I probably don't need to keep these here. These can probably go in the shed, actually. So these came with my original white one. Or maybe the others came with the white one. Either way, they're all much of a muchness. And these ones are neater to hoard here. So we're going to keep the neater set here, and those ones can go to the shed. Where do you get that from? I need one. So this came with the drill, but you can get these from hardware shops. It's just that it's a little magnet thing. I think their ones are a bit bigger. They're a bit longer like this. But you can absolutely get them from there. And then you can demagnetize it if you rub it in the reverse order. So you always want to go clockwise. Make it magnetic. It's amazing. Game changer. I promise. You'll love it. Now this is the front, and no, wait, no, this is the front. So these can go closer to the back because it's a less frequently used option, but I do still use it. These are the blades for the knives. So all knife blades can go together. So that rotary blade in there. This I'm going to take out of its cardboard because it's annoying. It sticks out too much. Put that in there. Happy days. That can go in the bin when I open it. This is a spare sewing awl that goes in my fabulous sew alls. So we're obviously keeping that. And then again, random piece of hardware. Need to put it away. Oy! I didn't do it. Okay, so what I want is I want the most used tools in the front and the lesser used tools in the back. So I don't really have to change over my this very often. So we're going to put it in the back one. Rotary cutter I use a lot. One pen knife in the front. Do we need to? No, but I'm keeping it because I like knives. I have so many sew-alls. Apparently I'm a bit of a hoarder. And to be fair, I have given some away. And I'm just a hoarder. And you know what? I'm okay with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 in the front and 3 in the back. That one doesn't belong to there. That's okay. I'm not getting rid of them. no deal. But I will put them in the back. I'm going to keep the fluoro one and then this one because they're my two absolute faves. This one's a double-ended one, so it's just stabby on both sides. We all have something that we just like more than other things, and I like sewing alls, which is ironic because when I first had one, I hated it and it annoyed me. All right, these are, oh my god, I can't think of the word, clamps essentially. They use them in surgery. You clamp something and then you click them and they hold so you can let go and they'll stay together. It's to help me turn through small items, but it's going to go in the back one because I don't use it super frequently. What I do use though, hemostats, thank you. I knew it was something. Glorious tweezers in the front. I use a lot of tweezers. Actually, no, I'm going to put them in the back because I stab myself with them all the time. And we're going to think about these things. I don't want to be stabbed. Knife in the back one. This is part of the embroidery machine that I've never used in existence. So it's going to go over there. These are fun. They're scissors. They're like mini random scissors, right? And then you can pack them up. So these would be in a kit that I would do to like traveling sewing. So they're going to go in the back. I have a mini screwdriver. We're not keeping that. The blades can go with the rest of the blades so that all blades are together. A child broke my scissors. These are off my Fiskars spring-loaded ones. I'm very sad about that, but there's no saving it, so I'm going to have to throw it out. More hardware. This is, to be fair, I haven't tidied this in well over a year. I don't do it very often, but it's good to like give it a bit of a spring clean. And it's not actually that bad. It's just annoying me today. So these are for the green machine. So they're going to go live at the green machine instead of in here. Unnecessarily living in here. Rainbow thread. Glad you guys can think. I'm sidetracked. I'm supposed to be getting my package today. The exciting one where I'm getting a new toy. According to, I looked up Australia Post and it's coming via Star Trek and it said today. So I'm semi just kind of waiting. Very impatiently. Because I want my package. Anyway. Alright. We're going to take out all the pens. I really need a cloth because there's a lot of like look there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of toweling. Oh, hey kitty. Also, this room that I am in is huge, right? And the cat has decided it only ever wants to hang out in the sewing space. There's a whole room to explore and play in it now. It just wants to be here. I swear I'm not trying to steal my child's cat. I stood on it 3 times the other day. I physically had to sit it on top of something else. Alright, better. So, we are going to keep, if you've never seen one of these are amazing. They're called Chaco pens. But basically you put chalk dust on the inside and then there's a little metal wheel that rotates and deposits the dust. I have also put the very special iron away dust inside here, so when it gets hot under an iron, it disappears. You can also brush it off. You have options. I'm going to keep one of these. We don't need 3 here. The other 2 can go live, in the backup. We love this pen, but I have a sneaking suspicion it's the reason that everything's dirty. But this pen writes and draws on vinyl, so it's got to stay. This pen will come back, but I need to get a new refill. I love this pen. It was a gift. It is awesome, but I use it so much it has no ink. So it's going to come back after I remember to go to the shop and get ink. So it's going to go over there. Refill for the fancy pen. A sweary pen. I probably shouldn't have sweary pens here. Friction pen. Turns out I hate the orange ones, so it's going to go. I only ever use blue. I don't know why, but blue friction pens are the best ones for sewing. Shows up better than black, better than red. What is this? This is a pencil. Probably doesn't need to live here either. I don't like that pen. You know how you have favorite types of pens? I really specifically like ballpoints. So anyway, that's probably enough. These are all going to go. Woo! That's going to go. So that again is for the edge coat stuff. I don't use this at all. I won't throw it out because you never know, I might want to use it, but probably not. But again, not living here because I'm barely using edge coat anymore. We're going to take all of the same type and have them all together because it makes my life easier, right? These are also full of tags. So I'm going to just put one color per section. And if I have to move stuff, I have to move stuff. It's really not the end of the world. These tins are really cute. This is how Belinda sends them. And the cute tins are cute, but I'm going to get more use out of them if I can just grab at them. I can see them. They're in, like, I need everything line of sight or I forget about it. Okay, pens. We might move the needles over to this one, or at the back maybe. Maybe just in there. So many needles, guys. But this is like all 3 machines. 4 machines. Got overlocker needles as well. Okay. These ones look like carbon fiber. They're a bit funky. So they're black, but like, I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, they're going to go in there. Because I am more likely to use what I can just easily grab and see. I know that about myself. You might prefer to keep everything in cute little containers. You know what works best for you. This is what's going to work best for me. Although I'm keeping these tins, I'm going to do something else with them. Probably laser them because we can. Another bobbin does not live here. Silver, gold, gold, gold. See, everything's just everywhere. I don't love that for me. Zipper. So this is me being lazy, guys. We all know it's true. I will openly admit it. We get to a point, this is, again, over a year's worth of mess. We get to a point where things are just, you just chuck it out of the way for now, and then you forget about it. There's a good chance I did that during the 12 hours sew. Absolutely something I would do. Now, you might all be wondering, I don't know how many videos you guys have watched, but do you know why I have these? Does anyone know why I have these? And what are they? Because they're staying. We're also going to get the tags out, right? Tags. Organized. I love it. Oh, get out of there. What are you doing? Right. Oh, we need more of these. These are the sewing tags. So, yeah. So, these are 1-inch base stabilizer. So, super thick. That I use to back my rivet magnets to just give them a little bit extra. Or if I was doing one of those, like, sticky outy D-ring things. They just give a little extra protection. This is a clip for the small bobbins. These are all my metal laser engraved things. And again, with the more, I've got more little mini ladybugs. Alright, I've also got some random rainbow clips. Oh, whoever's gonna get me in the Swapsy is totally getting Do you guys remember when I laser engraved all of those rainbow clips? I am going to gift them because I feel like you guys would potentially really enjoy that. And for those that didn't see that video, I basically took all the rainbow clips and wrote sayings that I say all the time on the clips because I can. Another ladybug. They're everywhere. I'm using this to get things out because I have to. Another gold one. These little ones I did to put on wallets. I am trying to hook them up. It's way harder than it seems. It's like playing fish. You know when you go to a carnival, you're trying to get them out? There we go. What is it, kitty cat? What's up? Yeah, I know. You want attention, huh? It's meowing at me. There you go. Okay. What? Oh, you want pats. So needy. I'm trying not to bond with my child's cat and it's failing dismally because it wants my attention. And I'm not going to neglect the cat. Am I? We're not going to neglect you. No, we're not. You want to come up on the table? Then everyone can see you. I don't know if you can see it. It's got stripes, like tiger stripes in it. Aren't you? You're like a black stripy cat. Hey? Hi there. You're so little. It's like the height of a pen. Now, these ones really need a home too. I don't have a plan for that. You're just going to curl up on the screen machine? Righto, mate. Okay, what's over here? Oh, this gets to be put in my regularly used pile. Stabby things in that one. Green hardware. I'm saving this for myself. Oh, you're happy now? You just want to be near me? My husband made me this knife. It's very cool. But probably doesn't need to live here. Oh, it was one of his first knives he did. Very cool.